Hey guys, welcome back to the e-bike den, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Bike Hand YC758 toolkit. So let's get started. I'm about 4 to 6 weeks out before my bike comes in, but I decided what I wanted to do is make sure that when it comes in I have tools. So I decided I'm going to pick up a toolkit prior to that has specialized bike tools, so that I don't need to piecemeal all of them. Looked around, did some shopping, and I have everything almost to the original way that it came in. Everything has been already unwrapped. Every single piece in this kit came in these little packages. All of this, every single one, I had to unwrap one by one to get it out. And I left some of them in that I didn't use yet. They did do a good job in packing this up. It is made to go ahead and hold everything that comes in the kit. There was 34 pieces. Very nicely organized in these trays. And here we have the bottom tray, and I'm going to go through one by one each one of these tools here, this tray here, and the middle one. Now, so before I got my e-bike toolkit, I also wanted to make sure that I was getting tools that I needed. I didn't want to have to go buy anything if I needed to do maintenance on my bike. And the one thing that I noticed in someone watching some of the YouTube videos of people who are doing maintenance was that they all said that we should all be getting a torque wrench. And this particular kit came with a torque wrench. Now, good torque wrenches cost anywhere from $30 to like $100 and more. I don't plan to do high-end maintenance all the time, but I did want to make sure that I'm not over tightening and stripping screws and ruining my bike. So this particular kit came with one that was important, and that is one of the reasons, or the main reason, I decided this is the kit I wanted to go with. Keep in mind that a torque wrench is a very sensitive piece of equipment. It is not going to be for professional all-use high-end maintenance. They do call this a professional kit. If you look online, it says the YC758 is the professional version of this bike hand. It comes with a bunch of these different tools that we're going to be going over, but the most important thing to me is that it also came with this bike hand professional toolkit for Shimano use. I know that my bike will be coming with Shimano derailleurs. That's one of the other reasons that I decided to get it. But plus, Shimano is like one of the biggest name brands out there, so it was really important that I got a Shimano type toolkit on top of that. So there's a lot of tools that are specifically for Shimano type parts. Now this here is so important that I've actually taken pictures and have this on my phone, just so that in case I lose it, it's available for me, not only or in case it gets ruined or dirty. Let's go down the list here, because another most important tool that came in this was I wanted a sturdy chain link remover. That particular one I've already had to use. Immediately after I got this kit, I was looking on Craigslist for a practice bike that if I could fix for like 20 bucks and fix it up, I would actually be able to have a rideable play around bike at home while I'm waiting for my e-bike to come in. So I found a bike, actually I ended up finding two bikes, both bikes for $140. So I ended up getting that bike, and one of the things that was wrong with the bike was the derailleur was broken and the chain had also broken. Two parts that needed to be replaced. So I ordered a new chain. This is actually the extra link so I can show you how this worked, and I was so glad to find out how sturdy. This thing is so sturdy. It's heavy duty weight. These are rubber grips on both sides for comfort. When I was able to figure out what length I needed, basically you stick in the chain, make sure that lugs in there, tighten this up just loosely so that it's there. Just twist this very easily, pops the peg out. I can push the peg all the way through. So that way I was able to now take apart this chain, shorten the length that I needed, because I do know that chains do break. All right, so next thing we have is called the hub cone spanner. These 6 here. Okay, so you have the different sizes going across on these 3 and then 3 more. This one for larger size. That's all 6 of these here. So 13, 14, 15, all the way through 18 millimeters. So here. And then 16, 17, and 18. So we have those. Again, it keeps this kit, the way that they have this set up, keeps it nice and organized together, but kind of a big waste of space for your other tools that you might want to be adding in there. All right, so the chain hook. This is actually another really handy, because I worked on a chain. Really handy tool. You hook it onto the ends of your chain. It's kind of like having a third hand, put everything together and hold it there. So that's kind of a cool tool out as well. And then of course, when I needed to remove the chain because I wanted to check. Of course, when I want to remove the chain, a lot of these chain links now, you can just go ahead and stick this in, squeeze it, the chain comes together and the links will just come right out. And this is also really handy. Of course, you can use a needle nose plier for something like that, but having the right tool makes everything a lot faster and safer as well. Shows you how to go ahead and use it to close and open it as well. Of course, when you actually stretch it out on the closed side of it, you can just go ahead and tighten the chain. A lot of times that'll just pop it in place. Talks about the torque wrench here, which we've already kind of mentioned and gone over, and shows you the Newton meters. I didn't know that, but on these bolts itself or on the bike, it actually will tell you how many Newton meters of pressure should be actually put on there. So we also have the different Allen wrench bit sets that are here. And these are more common sizes for bikes. So these go right into that there. Can also be used in other screwdrivers. I don't know about the strength of them as far as, I would stick to using it only for the bike while we have it. I have my other sets for Allen wrenches as well. Let's see. It also says do not use a torque wrench to loosen. So just keep that in mind as well. So with that in mind though, I would say you probably want to get a regular type of wrench that will fit maybe some of these that if you need, but don't ever use that to go ahead. You can actually ruin the sensitivity of the measurements for the torque wrench. Next thing, the adapter that we have here, that's on the bottom. Of course, this special tool is needed for removal of special items. And some of these alone, just having these will make the value of this time saving worth it, for if I ever need to go ahead and do an emergency repair for stuff like that. That's on that here. It tells you what kind of cartridges it'll work for here as well. Then we have this other part here. And it actually is, I think it's inside of, yeah. So on the top here, it also has this piece so that when you're using it, it will help actually be partly an adapter. Oh, right, so this next piece here is in this tray. This is the crank puller, and that is this piece here. All right, so we have this crank puller for traditional square type styles that this cap comes off, and there is actually, let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so this can come off here. I had it come off, but it is also really oily, so I put it back on. This is one of those things that they do have a warning here that you can damage the crank set if the tool is not correct for your crank. So this is a multi-tool, which is pretty cool. That's also there. And then we have our bolt wrenches, in 3 different sizes. I like the triangular ones that are actually out there that a lot of people do carry as a spoke wrench. I think it'll be easier to use, but at least I have a spoke wrench now. I wouldn't have to go buy another set. Next we have the these are just standard screwdrivers, Phillips, and your flathead there. These are very handy, especially for just a really quick task of derailleur adjustments. Then we have our 120 wrenches here, which is this. These 3, your T20 type wrenches there, T25 and T30. Next one is a chain cleaner brush. So this is made of plastic and it's very thin on this area here, so you can get between the gears in the back, and then you'll be able to just kind of take out any gunk. It just slips in between. And of course, you have your brushes to go ahead and clean other things out from there. The derailleur. We have also our bike hand patch kit. Okay, so this patch kit in itself, if you look in it, comes with your basic kind of rubber cement solution and basic instructions on how to do it. If you don't know how to put on a patch on a tube, definitely you want to learn how to do that. So if on the road you ever get a flat, you can do it yourself. So it gives you all the instructions that you need to do it. It also comes with sandpaper, is what it says on the. So it actually has instruction on the inside as well, under here. And And then the last set, or tool we haven't covered yet, would be just your basic standard Allen wrenches. These Allen wrenches are actually always difficult for me to get out. You have your sizes going across to tell you what they are. Kind of weird in how they designed this, because if you need to get one of these out, you do need to twist all the others out of the way in order to pull it. And they're held in pretty good. And then of course to put them back, it's the same. And that concludes the whole piece part of this. Again, the good and the bad, no pliers. The other thing is, sometimes it's good actually to have wrenches that are duplicate in sizes and both. So having a monkey wrench or a crescent adjustable, probably gonna be added to this kit as well. Still have to buy some tools, unfortunately, but the good thing is that most of the tools I do need to end up picking up to add to this kit are household tools, where I know that even places like the dollar store will have them. Home Depot, those any hardware store has some pretty cheap ones, which I don't need to go ahead and spend a whole lot of money on anything additional I want to add to this. But this is the bike hand kit. If you have any comments about what you would add to this kit, please help the community. Tell us what you would add to it. Also, subscribe to it for other things that we have coming up. All the accessories I thought I'm going to be needing. I have an order, some security locks, special ones too. I'll be announcing those when those come in as well. And chain to, I don't even have the bike yet, but I'm preparing in advance, and that's what all these videos are for, is what I am doing to prepare for when my bike comes. Alright, so thank you again for joining me in this video. I hope you liked the review. Give it a thumbs up on the bottom, click on the like if you liked it. Again, subscribe to help out the channel grow. And I really appreciate every single one of you who view this video. And I hope that you're all riding out there, having a safe time, staying healthy, and enjoying your great ride. I'll talk to you later and see you in the next video.